Good evening, everyone. On behalf of Wednesdays for Water, an initiative of the W4W Foundation, a think tank built as Citizens Collective, we welcome you to another session. Wednesdays for Water is a water conversation series towards understanding better the nuances of water conservation and management. The objective is to engage in water conversations with experts, grassroots practitioners, policymakers, and youth to learn their thoughts and ideas about the complex intertwined issues associated with water and the possible solutions. We have expanded to some more activities like Friday Waters and the Monday Munchies with Women for Water, besides organizing workshops, water walk and talks, seminars, special courses and conference panels to continue the water conversation in various ways. In fact, today itself, I had a lake walk here in Agartala as my field visit. So do visit our website, www.w4w.in for more details. Today, we will discuss the topic of commercialization of disruptive technologies, particularly focusing on the do's and don'ts, looking at the way society is advancing. The discussion will start with the flavor of ancient technology going further into the effect of industrialization on water pollution. Then the main focus of the discussion will be on the present technology for handling water pollution, the related R&D, and the societal responsibility. Our speakers today for the session are two wonderful ladies, Dr. Suphiya Khan and Dr. Mamata Mohapatra, and they are accompanied by a young scholar, Priyanka Mukherjee, as discussant. And let me now just turn to speakers to throw more light on the topic and share their thoughts and ideas. And before that, I will just quickly introduce our first speaker, Dr. Suphiya Khan, who is an associate professor and founder of spin-out company Drumlins Water Technologies Private Limited at Panasthali Vidyapeeth Women University. She is recipient of many national and international awards, including National Academy of Science Reliance Platinum Jubilee Award 2021, Thai Birak Win Air Award 2019, Women Transforming India Award 2019 by Niti Aayog. And I'm really proud to see that she's also a Chevening scholar at Oxford University. So we share something common with Oxbridge now. Then she's also a Thai woman runner-up Rajasthan and in STEM award for contribution of science and innovation. And the list is really, really long. So I will put the detailed bio in the chat box. She's a passionate teacher of really teaching in the field for nearly 17 years of experience with UG, PG, and PhD students with many research publications and books to her credit. Her vision is to translate her research work into affordable water purification technologies and products. So welcome, Suphiya, and welcome both Mamata and Priyanka as well. First, I turn to you, and then I will take Mamata when we reach there. So, Suphiya, just a very layperson question for you, because we are talking about these technologies, which we very loosely say as common people, disruptive technologies. So maybe you will be one of the best person in the country to really help us understand what is it and where are we heading in the society. So welcome again, and over to you, Suphiya. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your nice introduction. And in my today's talk, I would like to tell more about the technologies which are creating in our labs, or we are doing the basic research from last many years in the lab. And for the layman, that how we could commercialize it for the societal aspect, because the journey is not so easy. Then at which time you need to think that how we can do from the basic to the commercial, and then the applied research to the commercial research, and then you launch a product or a services that will be very, very beneficial to the society. This path itself, it's a roadmap is like around 15 to 20 years. And the person who is working in the deep tech technologies and all kind of these things faces a lot of troubles while translating all these informations, all these sciences to the society. So it's not so simple. So in my today's talk, I would be like to tell all the youngsters, especially the researchers, women scientists, and the entrepreneurs, what they should do's and don'ts while doing while you are on your commercialization journey. So with your permission, I would like to share my PPT.
Please go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah, so I will be telling about my own story from the last 17 years, how the water research lab has been converted into the Drumlins Water Technologies Private Limited, and being as an academicians, what the other people who are doing in the same direction, what are the do's and don'ts from my own experiences that have been faced from last many years. So this company is an spin-out company that originated from my own established research center, that is a Center for Excellence Water and Energy. And I will be brief about the arts and the scientific sides of the academic entrepreneurship. Because to become a successful in the society, you need to cater the art sides as well as the science sides of both the things. Like the art sides, we should develop the entrepreneurial skills. Do we have a mindset of a business talent that is required to retain the different diverse teams, and writing the business proposal that is very different for writing the normal R&D grants, and how you can make your company to become an investor ready, and problems are associated with the academic spin-outs that are established in the university campus in the different incubation centers. And the scientific sides, there are the issues at which technology readiness level you are, and what is the story of the genesis of the different spin-outs, and at which level you decide that you should need to launch your product, and the funding problems that we are facing in the business sides, and the problems of especially the women in the STEM. So I will give you the story of my own journey. So this is stories of lots of failures, frustrations, triumphs, and successes. And it is the story of nurturing the women scientists and entrepreneurs, although the path which is less traveled and miles to go ahead. So I belong to this university, which is a women university and world largest residential university and NAC A++, and it trains the women in every sphere of their life. So when I joined this university 17 years back, the problem of the fluoride contamination is very severe over here. And I have seen that a lot of people, youngsters, mainly the kids, has to gone through the knee replacement and dental fluorosis before the age of 40. And this problem is very close to my heart because I've seen that my own daughter Sami suffered from this problem, despite of we have an RO system from the day when she was born. So I took, although I trained myself as a molecular biologist, but I took a different path to solve this problem. And I took this research question to solve this problem way back in 2010. And it was in my mind that one day I will solve this problem in a very simple manner that do not require any technical specifications to operate, and it can be used by the end users. So I started my work on the fluoride, and what I find that it is a global problem, and in India, 60 million, and in the world around 200 million people severely suffer from the problem of the fluoride contamination. In Rajasthan itself, more than 45 lakh people severely suffered from this problem. So what is the problem that could not be solved by the existing technologies and the government efforts? That my research is saying that most of the technologies is targeting the bound fluoride, not the ionic fluoride, that is passes through the ultramembrane and the RO membrane sizes. And this ionic fluoride is depend upon the input water quality, and the fluoride is changing their levels upon in the range of 100 meters. So there is an urgent unmet need to solve this problem. And I have just seen that lots of the technologies, although available in the market, but they are not being able to solve the existing problem. And these solutions are either they are very costly or complex and could not reach the last user level. So I have initiated with the help of MHRD Center for Excellence that water research I have initiated in the 3 areas: development of nanoadsorbents and sensors, development of the nanophytoremediation technologies, and development of the detections of the contaminants. And fortunately, 8 technologies are at the different stages of the commercialization, and we have published a lot of these things in data. And we worked on the mapping of the fluoride contamination areas. We worked on the phytoremediation also, and we work on the genetics of the hyperaccumulation, and we address all the basic questions. That's all the basic like the scientists did. So I did, and I address all the questions, and I published till so far that we have published more than 87 papers and 5 books and 7 patents we have granted for that. And our lab is continuously working in that direction. So one day, one my research scholar came and gave me okay, ma'am, can you do it for something that we are suffering from the leaching of the nanomaterials? And the idea came suddenly in my mind, because most of the good scientific idea just came in the corridors, and or while walking in the corridors, or you are taking the tea with your students and all kind of things. So the idea came in my mind that why not we could develop a tea bags like pouches that removes the fluoride, and that it stops the leaching of the nanomaterials also. So this idea got we could able to publish with the sciences, and we have make it tea bags like pouches for the removal of the fluoride from the water as well as the tea. And this idea catches wide media attention, and this is the similar time period when most of the women scientists who are working under me and as the PhD students, they are not being able to go outside for their higher studies for the postdoc. And suddenly one student came and do something for it. And this is the right time that I think this idea has a huge potential. And I want to build a company. I would like to launch a company to create the opportunities for the women scientists and for the women who are residing in the rural area. So the woman will be the center stage, and that was my key motivation to address these two questions. And so the journey begins with the single step. So with my one co-founder and one my student, we have launched this Drumlins Water Technologies Private Limited in the year 2019. Sorry. So we have a very diverse team till now, that we are morely we have an R&D people, and we would like to improve our team in the business side in the near time period. So I'm very fortunate enough to say that I'm lucky enough to get the good PhDs, good students, and this company is not for me. So this company is for the students, for the women, and for the women scientists. And it will that this legacy will be carried forward in the near future. And so from last many years, lot of efforts from the different women scientists and my team, as well as that, we came out very good product, that is a smart universal defluoridation nanorod that is equipped with the sensor, and it has the technology readiness level 9, and it is protected by 5 patents and the complex design. And recently our final prototype is like this, that is a single point of water purification system that for the community water tanks, and it not only removes the fluoride but the other heavy metals, other ions and microbes too, because according to the market fit demand, that we need to change our product according to the customer needs. And the one most important, the USP, that we do not require water and electricity for the operations. It is a single point of use, and it is like that just our earlier system is like that you need to dip in the water, then the fluoride will be removed. And now this time like in the community water tanks, our filters will put at the input and output water devices, and once you open the tap you will get a very pure water. So we are trying to improve this technology by day and night with the efforts of the R&D. So we our technology is affordable, easy to maintain, and it is sensor equipped and portable also. So this is scalable up to the community water tanks, and we have already launched our product in the 200 houses of the Banasli Vidyapeeth. It is like a small devices, but to cater the large market size, we will launch our second product, which is the single point of water purification system, very soon in the year 2023, and we are constantly moving in that direction. So I would like to tell the audience that from the journey from the science to technology, it takes around 20 years. So be ready to take the pains, and this journey is worth to take, although it is a brutal journey, I can say. There are lots of things that you have to face in your path, but once you cross it, cross every hurdles, then you feel so much of satisfaction from your inside that you create the path. You create the path, you create you create the system. You are in the system that you are being now in a position to make the different policies for the different women scientists and the students also. So be ready for it, because the research and development is it's taking a very long years, and then you are at the product development stage, and then after the product development is also a very big cycle. and then we have to go for the process development, scale up, and then for the engineering and the constructions. And to make a one profitable and a viable company, it takes like 10 to 15 years to go on that path. So there are various challenges while on that journey, that we do not have in the university system that role models who are the entrepreneurs. And being as an entrepreneur in the university setup, like we do not get any VC funds very easily, I can say, because the system is very different, and the VCs and angel investors already see ourselves that these guys do not know the business acumen size and all kind of things. And they are on the tier 2 and tier 3 cities, there is a lack of the different policies. We do not have any faculty entrepreneurship policies and all kind of things. And family also, our family also push that why you are on that path, that you are not getting anything, because from many years you do not get anything actually. And your peers and the current ecosystem, and many times you suffered from the funding crunch and the retentions of the talents and the work life balance too. So during according to my from my own journey, there are don'ts and do's and don'ts. Then those who want to commercialize their technologies, please follow these suggestion for you, that in my the one lesson is that unless you launch, you never learn. That you had need to dip into the water, unless you never you can't able to learn to swim. So that's a very important part. And second, a great idea is a very powerful weapon. You need to clearly identify the problem. Is there is a need? If there is a need, then you should work on it, because half of your battle will won when if you choose the right problem. And if you have choose the right problem, then look at the idea and your target market to access yourself objectively, and then try to be flexible to optimize your product according to the needs of the markets, and build the product that is a need, not they want, because there is a chances that your product will be successful. And the most important thing for an academician and the researchers, launch the company when the product is market fit ready, because you are making the product first prototype, but your product should be the minimal viable product, and it should be tested by the in the market and everything else. So once you completely tested your product, then you open the company, you will be saved by lots of the legal issues and all kind of things, that your company will be going in the negative direction, and you are not getting any funding and not crunch and all kind of things. So you will be saved by all these things. And so my suggestion to the youngsters, that develop the product initially through the government grants, not by the private investors and all kind of things. And do not dilute the equity at a very early stage, and create a multiple profit arms from your businesses. And once you think that we need money for our enterprises, and you want to take any investors, so in my opinion, think twice, thrice, or multiple times, because do you really want any investor? Because they are not only taking the share of our part of the company, it actually shares your time and your independence of working. So choose very wisely, and develop your both the hard skills and the soft skill to handle the crisis during your way. So as for develop the diverse team, because being as a researcher or scientist, we cater the needs only of the PhD and postdoc students, and they are of the similar mindset. But when you open the company, you need to tackle the diverse mindsets, and you need to create the diverse team. So this is the key, how to retain them, the different diversity. You should also know have to upgrade yourself in terms of how to talk with your CAs, how to talk with your legal enterprises, how will talk with the HR guy, how will you talk with the sales guy, because the company's head, you should understand each and everything. So and the and put the system and process like HR policies, IPR agreement in place at a very early stage of the inception, whether you have a 1, 2, or 3 employees in your company. And do not burn the bridges. You never know who will come back to you in the near future. And always think you are, and who you are and who will be your clients to need to cater, because without understanding that, you will not be able to develop a very good product. And under promise and over deliver, and think globally and act locally. and try to understand your competitors very well. The customers are everything, how their needs evolve, adapt accordingly. So as I am in the product development part, mainly in the development stages, so my suggestion to all the youngsters, all the scientists who are listening to me, that they should approach six level layer model approach for the development of the product. Characterize your technology using the 6-layer model and decide which components are relevant for your propositions. Develop the chosen components, and at this stage you should also understand there is no need to make all the components by your own. You can merge the existing technology and convert it into the platform technologies. So understand the implications of your choices, and contingent or conditional choices can significantly affect your growth trajectory. So at this stage you should be keep in your mind what should be the end, who should be, who will you serve you. So designing a product, a very world class products need a very different kind of approach, and it's not a single day approach. You need to work hard and day and night, and you need your success will not depend by yourself. Your success will be the success of your team actually, and if you can make a very powerful team, you will be surely successful, and if you can't, then you will face a lot of troubles in that. So these are the things that you need to work on: the base technologies, application technologies, platform, application tools, products and services. And we should take care of all these things, all the 6 layers of the product development, I can say. So there is this company has incepted in 2019, although 2 years has been gone in the corona, but we have progressed so far. And despite of so many failures, we backed so many of the awards, so many of the grants and so many prizes for this innovation, that recently we got the Nasi Reliance Platinum Jubilee Award, Bayraktai Award, Big Grantee, and then the DST Idea Innovation Center, Water Innovation Centers. And I am able to raise the money for the company, like the 10 million INR is also for the company. As a professor, I have an experience to raise certain like crores of the fundings for my center and all kind of things. And like luckily that this enterprise has been and our story has been released by Honorable Minister Rajnath Singh. And this also got award from the Minister of Jal Shakti. And we are featured in the top 75 women entrepreneur coffee table book in the BIREC event expo inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and it is released by the Mr. Jiten Singh. And we are continuously creating the awareness in the surrounding areas also. And these are the picks, and these are the collaborators who are working on the Center for Excellence in the water treatment and the management part. This is our pilot facilities at the Pandit Deen Dayal Energy Institute. And we are, just as I told, like we are creating the awareness with the different programs in the schools and all. And this is the last but not the least that I always convey this message to my researchers and all kind of thing, all people, that please, like, because I belong to the water, so I wrote a poem on the water, like philosophy of a water, a hidden treasure. It flows, be like the water. Like in flow, it follows the path which is unexplored. In hurdles, it finds its own way. In peace, it stays grounded. And in being, it flows to the depth. In confrontation, it stays gentle. And action, it aligns to the timing. So be like water in life, be flexible, be humble, and be with the continuous flow. And my special thanks to all the team members who have joined through last many years and is now presently with me, and all the funding partners and the Banasli Vidyapeeth who shapes my career up to this stage. So the journey is continued, and I request and I pray to you that I would like to join hands with you guys to go ahead in my journey, because this company is not a company, it's a mission, that one day we will solve the problem of the fluoride contamination in the next 3 to 5 years. And people will join us, and we could able to give a very sustainable and affordable water technology back to the society. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Suphiya. It was really great to see you presenting not only the technological part of it, but also encouraging how one can really stick to a journey and achieve something, and what are the do's and don'ts about it. I see you now as a very good combination, which I was knowing earlier, but it is really pleasant to meet you as a researcher scientist who is also a very good businesswoman. And this is very important when we talk about leaders. So it is not that one has to only produce or one has to only do research. So you have really charted the path that way. An important part in your presentation was how the fluorosis awareness program is conducted across the region, because you mentioned a very large population of the country is also suffering, particularly Rajasthan and part of Gujarat also, for that matter. And you were talking about from tea pouch to really small component, small units which can be taken up for a small scale up to the community scale. So these are very important ways, because decentralization of these kind of problems becomes very crucial. So we will come back to you to talk about more on this. And let me just invite our next speaker. And before that, let me just quickly do a round of introduction to Dr. Mamata Mohapatra. Dr. Mamata Mohapatra received her PhD from Utkal University, Bhubaneswar, and her postdoctoral from University of Waterloo, Canada. And she had the Boyce Cast Fellowship. She joined the Hydro and Electrometallurgy Department, CSIR IMT, in 2006 as junior scientist, and now she is well placed as one of the well-known senior scientists, even in the entire CSIR team of the country, where she is really working in research in aqueous processing of ores and secondaries, synthesis and surface modification of transition metal, oxide, oxalate, and carbonate materials for environment and energy application. She has been involved in many scientific projects of industrial scale to lab scale to community scale. She's executed many projects as principal investigator or co-investigator from international collaborative projects. For example, just to name a few, the Indo-US Strategic Research Fund program supported by DST, India and Australia. She is one of the well-cited scholars in the country, by the way. Many contributions in her publications from all the universities and collaborators from all over the world. And particularly to mention that she has really very high H index in the country as a woman scientist. So I'm very proud, and also she is currently the state president of Wiki Water Resource Council in the country. So let me invite Mamata, and you heard Suphiya, and maybe request you to please switch on your video and start your presentation.
First of all, I should thank Mansee to arrange such kind of talk. It's kind of a discussion whether the current technology which is available in all over world, what are the status, and whether we will take care of all this technology in a proper way, that will get lot of advantage. In fact, the more advantage than the disadvantage. So based on this, I think Dr. Khan already discussed about the specific problem of water, which is a fluoride problem across the countries. So besides that fluoride problem, we have other problem is there. Uh, So based on that, these are the discussion of today's discussion on how we know about our ancient technology of water treatment, whether they are beneficial to us or not.
Mamata, your slides are not moving. Yes, please.
Yeah. Is it okay? Yeah. So then what are the ancient technology of water treatment is available to the knowledge, and whether they are beneficial to the current technology or not. Then how these industries create the water pollution as a minute in all over the world, whether industrialization level we will sit and see the water pollution will be diminished or reduced on the industrial level, so that our water bodies like river, lakes are not been polluted, or we cannot get such kind of polluted water. and what are the present technologies available, and whether this whatever R&D people they are doing, whether they will do the R&D for their own process development for the uh, particular particular technology, or we have to go for a need based R&D for the localized water bodies. As you know, every local water has different characteristics of uh, pollutant, different characteristics of BOD and COD. So if we are developing some technology, some point of time, that technology also is not valid for a proper areas. So that has to be see how widely we will set the limits of this technology so that it can be used widely. And above all, what are the societal responsibility, that we will have a discussion. So I would like to share you the ancient technology. If you'll see, today we are also discussing the sand graphite filtration boiling point.
Slide.
Yeah, turbidity was the main target in the back to 2000 BC. If you'll see, people doesn't know about the chemical pollutant, about the biological pollutant. They only know the water has some turbidity that has to be that has to be removed. So they use sand and gravel filtration. Basically, it's a filtration technology. People doesn't know that time science. Then they adopt the coagulation. Coagulation is a chemical like aluminum sulfate based things. When we add to the water certain pollutant, they will coagulate, and it has to be removed from the water. Then water you will get clean water. It is a technology which we are using chemicals, and of course there are some disadvantages of this coagulation technology. Latest is found. So then they go for a back filter. Back filter means it's kind of a modern membrane filter kind of thing. They just trap to sediments. They use the back filter. I think everybody knows that in many villages they just put a cotton over the balti or over a container, and they put the water. Such kind of technology already been available since 500 BC. Then desalination. As you know, water for the point use or household water, we depend on the sea water. So in sea water, lot of salt is there. So desalination technology has come to get a clean and pure water. Mostly sand filtration technology they have used. Then come after 1676, you'll get the microorganism. People know how are the biological contaminants trace the water so that it creates lot of disease. So for that, they adapt a certain advanced technology. They use wool, sponge, charcoal, where instead of this sediment also they can address the biological contaminant. So from there only the water treatment technology has improved day by day. People are modifying from micro compound to nano materials, and that also focus to not only the chemical pollutant, also plastic pollutant and microbiological pollutant. So and if you see the water softening, like hard water, I think everybody knows hard water. So how this hard water becomes soft, we can use ion exchange method, where sodium like other cations can be exchanged and water can be softened. So, after that, around 1914, actually, there is a awareness everywhere, all over the world. They set the drinking water standard, where people know the limits of detection or limit contamination limit of every pollutant, and whatever the pollutant, water pollutant, that also has been addressed to get a clean water. So they implement a Clean Water Act. So these are the this slide belongs to what are really water pollution sources. If you will see, water pollution sources, Mostly water pollution comes from various oil, natural gas, petroleum things. Mining, a lot of industrialization, mining, drilling, fertilizer, whatever were used in agriculture, that also create pollution. Then water-based power plant also, that also giving lot of pollution in water. So what are the pollution effect? If you see, 800 children under 5 die every day from diarrhea. These are the consequence of water pollution.
I
And
think your
in
slide
fact,
is moving. The slide
that
is
you,
jumping, huh?
yeah. So I don't know what is happening. So if you'll see the Indian scenario, the majority of groundwater contamination is geogenic in origin, and never change means very less change occur. So many states, most pollution is fluoride, arsenic, nitrate, iron, heavy metals. So 351 polluted states were identified, 323 river. Based on monitoring results, 8 states, almost 60% of polluted rivers traced. These states are Maharashtra, Assam, Madhya Pradesh, and etc. The massive amount of sewage. Everybody knows about this Ganga, clean Ganga. Generally, sewage are coming to the West Ganga, the Ganga river, and many trucks loaded with a lot of fish oil and other contaminates, sludges are disposed to the Ganga river, which is the main contamination of Indian river pollution. So mostly the target of any industries or any companies, they have to focus not only for point use, they have to focus the river sludge, whatever the pollution in the river side, that has to be taken care of. So how this water contamination happen? If you see the domestic solid effluent waste, pharmaceutical waste, hospital waste, agricultural waste, leakage and spillage in different industries. That also that also major source of water contamination. So uh, this this pharmaceutical solid or any solid waste, we are generally do the landfill, and this landfill they generally leaves during rainy season, and it come to unsaturated soil zone, and then come interact to groundwater sources and polluted the groundwater. Similarly, in surface also, whatever the wastewater treatment plants we have, that is again coming to natural aqueous environment, and also polluted not only groundwater, that surface water also. So whatever the disruptive technology is till now available for wastewater, is a physical chemical method, mostly filtration technology, mechanical method, like we are giving lot of pumping and other membrane kind of. So these are the wastewater technology. If you will see, these are the common technology which is used in all over the world. Uh, uh, these are mostly physico-chemical methods, chemical methods, biological treatment method, and mostly they are doing pre-treatment stage. What is a sedimentation or coagulation, which the ancient technology has been adopted. Then primary treatment, we are doing coagulation, precipitation, flocculation, depending on the type of chemical pollutant or biological pollutant. This method have been adopted. Then secondary treatment also been done, biodegradation, filtration, and adsorption. This technology has been done just to capture a lot of micro pollutants, and even if the metal ions can be captured with such kind of filtration technology. And then treatment, tertiary treatment technology like oxidation is a tertiary treatment where certain chemicals which cannot be adsorbed, it can be oxidized, then we can make it in such a way that it can be adsorbed. And membrane filtration like softness, to increase the softness of water or to remove certain kind of chemicals, metal pollutant, we also adopt the membrane filtration. It has been shown in all the commercial filtration unit which has been available in the market. And if you see, I hope everybody knows in commercial filtration technology, there is a granular activated carbon, there is a anion uh, uh, exchanger, and high pressure membrane filter. The modern, all the modern filtration technology of point of use filtration unit, they have, these are the basic unit they have. And they try to also, if you see, both physical process, chemical process, and biological process, they are trying to remove all these chemicals, all these microbial contaminants from the household water. But what is the, if you see, these are the common technology which is used in commercial level, the reverse osmosis and UV water filter. If you see, there are advantage, but more than advantage, there are a lot of disadvantages. Though they have addressed the removal of high toxic element like mercury, fluoride, arsenic, chlorine, but along with they are also utilizing this technology where the essential minerals which is need for our body is removed. Then mostly the bacteria killing is not possible 100%. And if you see, the taste of water is already altered, and if we will adopt the children's, those are adapted to this kind of water, they are not into the they are reluctant to take the groundwaters in the general community. And water wastage means whatever the filtration media we are using, that also is a secondary waste. How to address that waste, that has not been taken care by different industries. Then membrane, sometimes membrane breaks and the system fails, so the user doesn't know how to utilize this filtration media perfectly, and how to make it know whether the water is coming is 100% pure or not. Similarly, if you'll see the UV water purifier, where that also, though it is little bit cost effective, but it doesn't remove the hard water or sweetness. Soft water they make to sweet the soft water. Then there is no water storage tank, so if you are thinking of a community water center or a riverside water treatment plant, that is not possible with this technology. So, and also it requires a lot of electricity. And if we are going for a slurry water or muddy water or a industrial level water, that also not possible to set this technology in the that kind of area. So now the discussion, I would like to start the discussion in this common forum, that we are actually adopting lot of technology without knowing the disadvantage, and also we are ignoring the advantage of our ancient technology. That is one point need to be discussed. And we have to see whatever technology is available, whether the common people or the ground level, that has been used or not. If not, why? What is the barrier over there? The R&D level, it is fine, commercial level is fine, but being India is a populated country, we need to see the ground level problem. We need to address the river pollution. The site, the plant or the technology should be implanted in the river side, so that our big rivers, that has to be clean first, so that we'll get a groundwater, clean groundwater. And after that, the secondary pollution. When we are take out the pollution, what is the fate of that secondary pollution? Whether we are treating it properly, or whether we are again doing the landfilling, so that it is coming after certain year we are again facing the same issue. That means we are just hiding our pollution in certain stage and then it is coming back. So society, what is the role of society over here? So when we are adopting a technology, the society or the government policy should be like that. It has to go for a common person, or in a very high range area with a low cost thing, so that everybody can get, like a government has given a toilet concept. Everybody now, though 15% of Indian people, they are going for a toilet, but India is trying, government is trying to put up everybody the facilities, so that people get the equal opportunity for a particular um, program. Similarly, in water sector, if we will plan some community kind of things, treatment, and which is very low cost, even if we can go for a ancient technology and relook that how that time, without any technology, without any equipment, any nano concept, how they have been designed so big, well, the reserve water reservoir. If we can look into that side, I hope we will find lot of technical insights, so that it will give a new future outlook to the society as well as the scientific community, to make a technology which will available each and every people. So that is and societies, each individual should see how to recycle our wastewater. That is a very major area. Once we will recycle the wastewater, automatically we are reducing the pollutions. So these are the main things. It has to be communicated through awareness program, through proper channels, so that people will make aware themselves, and they should know about the pollutant, not one pollutant, whatever pollutant is available in water, they should know, so that they will also take care from their level. Thank you, Mansee, and also I am very much thankful to Dr. Suphiya, who is a very rising woman entrepreneur in India in water sector. So, any
Thank you, Mamata. Yeah, thank you. Please, may I request you to close your slides so that we can have our speakers on the screen. And let me now quickly invite, because we are really running out of time, or our speakers were speaking so well and talking about hard subject that we actually went overboard with the time. So let me invite quickly Priyanka Mukherjee, who is our discussant. She is a senior research fellow at the CSIR, and she did her MSc chemistry from University of Burdwan with specialization in organic chemistry. And currently she is a PhD scholar with Dr. Mamata Mohapatra and Dr. Utpal Adhikari at MIT Durgapur. Her research interests are synthesis of metal oxides, composites, and hybrids of application in arsenic detection via electrochemical techniques. Her work aims towards development of low-cost and multiple-use chip sensor to detect the presence of heavy metal ion, especially arsenic. So, welcome, Priyanka. You heard both our speakers. You also heard how one speaker, Suphiya, talked about how technology can be really brought to practice or to the society, and what are the business challenges and opportunities. And at the same time, Mamata was also talking about. Mamata, may I request you to please put your video on, because we have speakers on the pin. And Mamata talking about how society itself or community itself has to be aware. So please ask your questions and to both the speakers, and let the speakers take a call. And I request both of you, Mamata and Suphiya, to be really precise and have more say from Priyanka. Thank you so much, Priyanka. Please go ahead and ask your questions.
Ma'am, am I audible?
You are audible, and you also summarize the session for all of us so that I don't have to do it.
So I would just quickly like to, congratulate Mansee ma'am, Suphiya ma'am, and Mamata ma'am being the best in whatever you people are doing, and being a youth researcher, and I feel really very proud and seeing that you have all such good mentors among whom we are working. Mamata ma'am, like as we all have heard, she summarized, from the ancient techniques what we had, the basic technologies, and how those technologies grew to the recent, nanoparticle-based techniques and RO filtration, and or she drew the line from the ancient techniques to the current scenario of wastewater technologies. And Suphiya ma'am, on the other hand, gave a more crisp discussion on the on her work on how we are working on the desalination of water, and she has reached out to a lot of people from her area, and she has already commercialized the product to a lot of target people. So that should be the aim of the research. Research should not be concentrated within the four walls of a laboratory. It should always reach to people, and to people who are actually in ardent need of it. So I would just like to ask some questions to Suphiya ma'am first. Ma'am, should I?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. So, ma'am, I would like to ask that there are already a lot of fluoride remediation technologies available throughout the country. So, how would you, bring out the most key part of your technology, and how it is benefiting the people, and how you see it growing more in the coming years?
Yeah. So thank you so much for this question. So from last many years, I have been working in the fluoride and try to understand that how the fluoride binds with the other ions, and how other technologies are solving the problem of fluoride contamination. So in my research, I have found that most of the technologies are like targeting the bound fluoride, not the ionic fluoride. And the second, there is no technology available in the market that can maintain the level of the fluoride. Fluoride is not just like the other ion that could be removed from the water. Actually, it needs for a water up to certain level, like 1.5 mg per liter, and its excess amount of toxic. So there is an urgent unmet need that can maintain the levels of the fluoride according to the input water quality. And second most important thing, that we could cater the good amount of the fluoride that is needed for the water. So this is a huge like challenge for me, how you could solve this problem and merge with the existing technologies like the RO system, other systems, and because there is no need to reinvent the wheel. You have to merge with the other based technologies, and then you have to find a solution for it. So we are unique in that terms, that we have just proved through our research, as well as we have make the sensors for the detection of the fluoride. And we try to do it like we do not read, because first we develop the colorimetric sensors and all kind of things, and then we came out with the very portable sensors for the fluoride. So in this manner, we are trying to solve the problem of fluoride. And earlier, our technology could remove only the fluoride from 200 or 300 ml liter of water from the glass of water only, you can say, in the 2017. And then we constantly work on how we could improve the adsorption capacities, how we could innovate the regeneration capacities, how we could merge with the green technologies and other technologies. So in this manner, we are trying to solve this problem.
Yeah, ma'am, like I would like to ask, we are researchers, so we are, continuously experimenting with things, and we are restricting to some extent that work into publications only. So I would like to ask you that how and when do we, get to the point that we know that now we need to, start working on commercialization, or rather starting on the incorporation of a product, or like setting up a startup in that regard. So when and how do we get to that concept? And this is the right point.
Yeah, so being as a researcher, because I was also a researcher just kind like you, so I am giving you 2 or 3 points which is very, very essentials. First, the key point is that there is no need to reinvent the wheel. So what are the existing technologies? If you cannot make a very disruptive technology, you should not open a company, first of all. And how you could do that, like by doing and merging into the your work, one day that discovery by the chance, you can say, by suddenly you get a single point and single thing that on that thing you have a potential from inside that now, oh wow, this is a wow moment in the research, and from this part I can do to this scale up. So my suggestion to all of you guys, like observe the nature very minutely, because if there is a problem in the nature, there is a solution in the nature. If you could see a water droplet very minutely, if you can see the xylem very minutely, if you can see anything minutely, you can solve so many of the problems and take the inspiration from the nature, and one day you will be able to find, suddenly you will get a solution of it. So this is the key, that all the discoveries in the sciences is by chance, and once you got it, then it is the right time to build the like concept to prove that, and you can move on the commercialization journey. Yes.
Thank you so much. So Mamata ma'am, I would like to ask, because we were harping on the ancient technology. So ma'am, in a country like ours, which is riddled with superstition, I would like to know that how can we convince the people, the rural people, the actually severely affected people, to the concept of reusing wastewater?
Thank you, Priyanka, for this enlightening such issue in Indian community. It is really difficult to make our people, Indian people who are in the Christian world, but still, I think there are a lot of awareness program is needed. Like you know, now Indian community, they have very products, working better movies and other things. So by such kind of advantage you can take and you can award them, and also lot of stories. I hope from the WW Foundation they are also using a lot of awareness programs, and they can create a lot of stories so that people will know what is the water pollution. First, they have to understand the water pollution. Without understanding water pollution, they can't go for the water treatment. So that kind of initiative has been taken where there is no role of the R&D thing. The people should know by very simple language. We have to translate the scenario and the technology. That is one kind of approach we need to really look into to reach the community. Second is, you have addressed the disruptive technology which are used in common platforms. Let me tell you, mostly we are not using any disruptive technology in the common platform. We are like only 5 to 10% of our community they know about it, and we are using and we are circulating. But mostly the other part of the world, they, in Indian community particularly, they don't know about this kind of technology. They know very traditional technology. They use atom power, they use filtration, and even if they are using sand filtration, and they are happy with that. But when they suffer, they don't know about whether they are suffering from water pollution or not. So that has to be go in a very simpler way, so that people must understand the problem. Then we'll reach with the solution. Thanks.
Priyanka, do you have any question, or I will invite one of you from the participants to ask questions to our speakers, because otherwise the ritual is not complete. So maybe Vibhu from your region, or Gopal sir.
Ma'am, I don't have any more questions. You can move ahead.
Thank you so much. Vibhu, would you like to ask any question?
Yeah, but if Gopal sir is there, I think he has already.
Yeah, go ahead. You may please ask your question, because I don't see question in the chat box here.
Thank you. Yeah, it's wonderful listening to you, both the speakers today. Not just very informative for someone like me, but also very inspiring, right? With the kind of work that we do. But like somebody from social science, when you talk about the traditional knowledge, right, or this wisdom, it is seen with lots of skeptics, right? Because it's often like come with is linked to different kind of baggages, right? Which for all different reasons. So how do we make it more acceptable, not just for the people, but also to the wider, the policymakers and also the intellectuals? Yeah, thank you.
So, thanks, Vibhu. Suphiya, would you like to take the question?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, so he is asking that how our technologies could be more acceptable by the society. So in that case, is like every technology has its pros and cons, and we are constantly, if we could aware the people at a very early stage, because so many of things are adjoined with the technologies, like most of the ethical issues and do's and don'ts with the technologies, and we are at that stage. We are trying to build that technology that could be easily acceptable by the people because it is sustainable. The point is that are we able to convey our message to the last users? So in that case, with the different NGOs and with different partners and with the key systems of the ecosystem, lots of discussions, lot of awareness program helping us to build that awareness about the technology, because without technology you could not be able to survive after some time. You need to do that. But on the contrary side, we need to take care of these also issues, that developed technology will not harm the society. Just in the case of like the GM crops and all kind of things, we have developed our many crops, but they are not acceptable by the farmers because there is a gap. And as far as because I teach plant biotechnology. I did my PhD in the plant biotechnology too, and I did my like a lot of things I did in the water research and all kind of things. So in the whole, I have an experience of all these things, that whatever you develop, if you could not translate, if you cannot like make it acceptable by the people, it makes no senses. But being our efforts, with our full efforts, not only in the scientific but with the help of the social scientists, because there is a need that I am already telling about so many on the platform, that we need arts as well as science too, because not only the single science could not cater the changes in the society. We need the social sciences people to join hands with us, and then combined efforts could make a very good technology that could be easily acceptable by every section of the society. So it's my opinion in that way.
Thank you so much, Suphiya. And you rightly mentioned that the technology is required, and at the same time, we have to also think about how its acceptance or readiness for the society is there. And Vibhu's point was absolutely right when we talk about even acceptance in the scientific community is required for its wider dissemination, because unless scientific community is coming on one page for certain things, and especially when we are talking about disruptive technologies, which has which has a challenge in reaching to the last mile, as a concern raised by Mamata, I think the scientific community can become a very good bridge. And this is where we are really trying to talk about these technologies more at various platforms. And very well said by Suphiya that arts and other aspects are also very, awareness and soft skills are required to reach out to the last mile. And I'm really proud to share with you that we are trying to do that in Wednesdays for Water, bringing the hard science and bringing scientists like Mamata and Suphiya to really talk in a layperson language to us who have no clue about all these technologies. And at the same time, we are also trying to bring the art side of water through water arts, water talkies. Like the coming Friday, we have water talkies talking about PhD scholars who are presenting their work. So with these lines, I would like to conclude the session and thank our speakers today, Dr. Suphiya Khan and Dr. Mamata Mohapatra, and our young discussant, Priyanka Mukherjee, who had some questions, and I think she restrained herself to just few questions because of the time. But I'm sure you learned a lot and also got inspiration from these two powerful ladies who are doing wonderful work and at the same time very sensitive towards society. Let me thank all the participants who have been helping us make Wednesdays for Water meaningful and make this science and education closer to the society in whatever ways possible. So please join us for the coming Wednesday on 16th of November, when we actually talk about what is really water scarcity, and we look at a Western outlook and Oriental outlook with speakers from one speaker from the West and one speaker very grounded from our own country, from Hyderabad. So we will really look at how scarcity is also kind of a discriminating word, And with this, please keep looking at our social media handles as well as our website, www.w4w.in, to check our updates on these water conversations which we do. And we are also doing all kinds of activities as I mentioned to you. So do take care of yourself, and thanks again to all of you for coming here for the session and also sharing your wisdom with us. And please take care and bye. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.